Where are we going?
We're gonna go spy on Jonathan at work.
Oh,
She's never been this upset with me before. We've gotten in fights, obviously, but she's never packed my stuff up. You're the best woman.
I know. You lost me. Sorry for you. This is over.
Trust. It's hard to gain, but easy to lose. And once it's gone, well, then there's no relationship left. Now, as I'm sure you recall, the last time we saw Luke and Madeleine, her trust was completely shattered when she learnt that, against her wishes, Luke had a stripper at his surprise bachelor party. And when we join them in the aftermath in this episode, it's clear she meant it when she told him it was over. Yeah, in addition to shredding the flowers that he bought her, she's also packed up all of his things and left them outside. She's adamant there will be no wedding, but that pains her. Like, she's in agony not just because of the loss of her relationship, but also for how it's gonna make her look.
How I gonna tell everyone I don't want to get married right now? I'm more of that.
Now, hilariously, Madeleine goes on to say that what really hurts her, like really cuts her deep, is that she gives Luke so much, but he doesn't give the same back to her. Like, oh, the irony. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't she right now sitting in the house that he pays for? Who funds your entire lifestyle? Who paid for your business, Madeleine? Like, what's she talking about? I wouldn't say that Luke never gives her anything. But, of course, just to be clear, just because he pays for things, that doesn't give him a blank slate to cross boundaries and hurt the woman he claims to love.
I tried to be honest. I tried to come clean. I tried to start a potential marriage with honesty.
Sorry, Luke, but that's a feeble excuse. You knew having a stripper would hurt Madeleine. No one forced you into doing it. And if you really wanted to be honest, you would have told her the next morning. Like, this brand of honesty that you're talking about has only resulted in cake in your face and the wedding being called off. Knowing, appreciating that he needs to try and restore the peace. Luke makes his way to their house, because remember, it's his home too now. But he quickly realises that Madeleine doesn't want to talk.
She's never been this upset with me before. We've gotten in fights, obviously, but she's never packed my stuff up.
Luke takes one look and says that he doesn't think that Madeleine wants him there. Like, well done, Einstein, what gave you that idea? Is it the torn up flowers that have been scattered everywhere, or the packed luggage with all of your things? Now, to his credit, he does know better than to push things. He realises that she needs her space. So rather than going into the house to try and talk to her, like I'm sure a lot of guys probably would, he instead backs off and heads to a hotel. A hotel we all know he can't really afford.
I don't know if I can come back from this.
I have a hard time feeling sorry for Luke. He knows how volatile Madeleine can be, right? And he knew that she didn't want him anywhere near a stripper. Like, okay, it was a surprise stripper, but he could have left. No one put a gun to his head and made him sit through her dancing for him. Like, sorry, but take accountability. This really is all on him. Now, when we join him the next day, Luke picks up another bunch of flowers, again, flowers he can't really afford, and heads back over to try and talk to Madeleine. But he isn't exactly greeted warmly. This is a frosty reception, to say the least.
These are for you. Thank you for meeting with me.
Quiet Madeleine is somehow even scarier than shouty, angry Madeleine. Like, just look at her here. She really does seem heartbroken. You can tell she's been crying all night. Luke begins by saying that he really wants this to work out. I don't want our wedding to be cancelled, he says. But Madeleine responds to that by saying, I don't know if there's any way we can work this out, Luke.
I really need him to explain me what happened.
Madeleine, I love you so much.
Stop, Luke. That's not what she wants. She doesn't want empty words. I love you means absolutely nothing right now when you've just broken her trust and done what you promised her you wouldn't do. Like, instead of I love you, how about you explain why you let the stripper dance all over you, knowing full well that Madeleine had told you she was going to end it with you if that ever happened? Like, you can't say you weren't warned. So go ahead, Luke. The floor's all yours. Madeleine's relatively calm. She's allowing you time to speak for once. Explain yourself.
When I got to the house, I walked in, I almost walked out. There were decorations. I didn't know, it was a surprise. I tried to be honest.
Yeah, but therein lies the problem. You didn't walk out, did you? Saying you almost walked out arguably makes this even worse. Like, it means it's an acknowledgement that you knew you could have, but you chose not to. In effect, what he said there is, I knew you'd be mad, but I took the chance anyway. Now, Madeleine also makes a good point when she says, if you really wanted to be honest, Luke, you would have phoned me the next day and not waited until you came to Colombia to tell me. Once again, to that, Luke doesn't have a response. He doesn't have an answer.
I'm sorry.
I don't care anymore and believe you. Look, it's your decisions.
You knew how I felt and you knew why I felt that way, Madeleine says. When you start drinking, Luke, she says to him, you have no self-control. That's why I was very clear, alcohol plus a stripper is a very bad combination for you. Now, Luke tries to reassure her, I did have self-control. I didn't do anything to her. I didn't touch her. But it's too late. Madeleine doesn't want to hear it and she doesn't believe him anyway. She doesn't trust him.
I didn't touch her. I didn't have sex with her.
Kidding me, she dancing in front of you and you don't touch.
I was like this. I didn't do.
You don't think this is touch?
Yeah, okay, his hands might not have been all over the stripper, but there sure as heck was a lot of contact regardless. Like, come on, Luke, who are you trying to fool here? She's not an idiot, mate. I mean, your bodies were touching and you were enjoying every second of it. I mean, it really doesn't help his cause that he's looking her in the eye, but he's still not telling her the whole truth. So, is it any wonder that Madeleine now doesn't believe a word he says?
You think you can lie into my face and say, no, I don't touch her. That is the more stupid thing in the world. He's so bad taking the responsibility for him actions.
Luke is explaining and apologising, right? But for as much as this pains me to admit it, I actually agree with Madeleine here. He's still blaming what happened on his friends. Like, the way he explains it, this was all their doing, and he was just the innocent bystander who happened to be there. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just not true. It's not going to cut it. He's an adult, and it was his choice to stay. Now, sadly for Luke, for as much as he might want to try and stay and work things out, Madeleine doesn't want to. She's tired of all of this.
I want peace. And you don't give it to me. It's been 2 years and I don't feel peace at all.
Yeah, again, I agree with her. Peaceful definitely isn't a word that I think of when I think of their relationship. I think of volatile, combustible, transactional. All of those work, but peaceful definitely doesn't fit. If peace truly is what Madeleine wants, then walking away is for the best. In fact, she openly admits she doesn't see herself ever forgiving Luke for this. I'm a good person, she says. I deserve better.
You're the best woman.
I know. You lost me. Sorry for you. This is over.
Madeleine says that so calmly and rationally that I believe her. I actually think this time it's true. She asks Luke to leave. Like, she doesn't want his flowers. She doesn't want a goodbye hug. She just wants him gone. Now, Luke does eventually go, but he doesn't go too far. When a devastated Madeleine heads to her bedroom to start crying, Luke follows her in there to try one last time.
No, get out of here, get out of here. Get out of here.
Madeleine is devastated. She just keeps repeating, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. You can literally hear her hyperventilating between the tears and the instructions. She doesn't want Luke to touch her, to hug her, or to try and weasel his way back in. Luke understands that this is a lost cause. He leaves, and it really does look like their relationship is over. Moving on from Luke and Madeleine, let's catch up with another couple with serious trust issues, Chloe and Johnny. Both of them have admitted in the past that trust is a major problem in their relationship. Like, not only has he cheated in the past, but his job literally involves him being around drunk young women in bikinis who wrap their legs around him. I mean, you can understand why Chloe has some issues here. But what hasn't helped matters is what Johnny asked of her the other day.
The other day, Jonathan asked me to stop his location sharing, and I agreed.
I just don't want issues. I want you to trust me enough where I don't have to give you my location.
Look, in theory, agreeing to stop location sharing might be a healthy step for them. That is, if it also meant that Chloe would stop obsessing about what he's doing all day, which it doesn't. She's still very much obsessing about what he does all day. Like, she admits that now Johnny's back at work, her mind is back to running wild. Now, with this in mind, it's a good thing that Chloe has a friend who can help to distract her. This is apparently a friend who completely understands what Chloe is going through.
Cariana's boyfriend also works in the tourism industry, so she knows the exact struggles that I go through, and she can totally relate.
This is great, right? Right? I mean, having a friend here who can empathise with her should be a welcome distraction. It should give her something to do besides stalking Johnny on social media all day. Like, that's what she admits she was doing back in the States. But the problem is, this friendship actually appears to have had the opposite effect. You see, if anything, having two people in exactly the same boat, so to speak, has only served to make both of them more paranoid.
Where are we going?
We're gonna go spy on Jonathan at work.
Oh.
Okay, like, this isn't healthy at all. She might have agreed to him stopping his location sharing, but that doesn't mean that she trusts him. Clearly, she doesn't. Now, Chloe admits that this isn't actually the first time that she's doing this. She's spied on him at work before. Heck, she's even gone as far as to identify the perfect spot from which to spy from. And remarkably, Chloe doesn't see any issue with this behaviour.
I see no wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very healthy, but what if you see him and he's like flipping a girl?
I'm swimming to the boat.
Oh gosh, this can only end in disaster. Now, Chloe maintains that she isn't doing anything wrong. Sure, I promised I wouldn't track his location on my phone, but I never promised I wouldn't physically track him with my own eyes, she says. Now, when they get out to this perfect spying spot, lo and behold, Johnny's boat is there. Like, it's a little bit far away, it's not clear without binoculars, but you can just about make out what Johnny's up to.
Oh my God,
do
look
that.
at him. He really puts on a performance.
He loves the attention he gets from here. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah.
I get it, but you're now in a relationship.
The good news is that Johnny doesn't have a girl with him, at least not this time. But the bad news is that there is always a next time, and Chloe can't always be watching his every move. Like, he's done nothing wrong, at least nothing that she's been able to catch him doing, but clearly she doesn't trust him. And with no trust, sorry, but there can be no healthy relationship. This isn't healthy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand why she has her doubts. His track record isn't great, and everyone that knows him agrees that, yeah, he's a bit of a wild animal when it comes to girls. But if that's the case, like, if Chloe has knowingly, willingly come here knowing all of this, she needs to now, for the sake of her relationship, either draw a line under it and move on, learn to trust him, or for her own sanity, go back home.
Like, I didn't move here to, like, just be friends for a few years.
Yeah.
Like I want him to propose. I want to be with him long term. And I'm getting over everything that happened between us because I see it long term.
The thing is, Chloe, and this is the million-dollar question, is Johnny ready to leave behind his party lifestyle? From everything we've seen of him so far, he specifically wants a job where he can party and have fun all day. He, by everyone's admission, loves the attention from all the women. Like, forgive me for saying, but this feels very much like someone who's convinced herself she's a fuckboy whisperer. She's managed to somehow tame a fuckboy when no one else has been able to. Is that really the case? Has that ever in the history of mankind worked out well? I'm not sure, but let me tell you one thing I do know for sure. Say it with me. Right now, there is no trust here, and without trust, they're doomed before they've even started.